Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I am Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Sierra.
You good?
Sorry. Yeah, I got allergies. I got allergies bad today.
Dude, it's getting that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking horrible right now.
Yeah.
Mine are killing me.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was be part of my week, but I went to the dentist today and they did the X-rays, and my X-rays showed how congested I was. That's how fucking bad it is.
Ouch.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad when X-rays tell you how bad it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Roger, how was your week?
It was a long week. Work was super shitty. Everybody's getting ready for income taxes, so we're having all the people falsify what their actual money is by taking a lot of money out or influxing a lot of money in. You know, tax loopholes and all that kind of shit.
Yep.
Also, supposed to be trading somebody else, but since we're already training another person in a different department, I can't train the person in my department because you can't have two trainees at the same time, even though they're in different departments. Yeah. Make the logic out of it.
I'm trying to understand why can't you train two people at the same time if you have the time to do so? Okay.
Two different departments and everything. Yeah.
All
So
right,
my
man.
training was supposed to have started with me on the 12th. Yeah, the 12th. I won't actually get them in branch until the 1st of March.
That's
Jesus.
crazy.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
But
Which doesn't help you at all.
no, because I'm going to have to retrain them to do things how we do it in our branch as opposed to the other branch they're training at.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Because we're like the second or third busiest branch in the area. So, yay. But other than that, I watched some anime. Delicious Dungeon is still the top anime of the summer, or the winter, sorry. Really, other than that, I mean, I watched some of the All-Star Game stuff. Nothing really exciting there. And I don't know. That's about it. Didn't really have much going on because of just how work was overall this week.
Right. What about you, Talon?
Well, a couple of things. First and foremost, let me just say to a former employee of mine or employer of mine, you better hope you get them W-2s out before people decide they want to fucking. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, so me, Chip, and Roger are all in a group chat together. We text and over ideas and different things, And then Chip had brought up, that he's getting his taxes on he's getting his return on a certain day. And I was like, shit, I ain't even filed mine yet. Chip's like, what do you mean you haven't filed yours yet? I haven't filed mine yet. I don't have all of my W-2s. You're supposed to already have them or something like that. I then called the lady who at this other employer and said, hey, I'm just wondering, when am I getting my W-2s? She's like, oh, you got to come down here and get them. And then I went to go get them. And she wasn't even there. Somebody else had to give them to me. And I'm like,
at least you got them.
At least I got them. Yeah. And then I had to file. And then as soon as I got home, immediately did the whole thing. I hate it so much. But got somewhat of a good return. So I'm happy with it. It's definitely gonna take care of some bills that we have to catch up with. Aside from that, I watched a little bit of some highlights from the NBA All-Star game this past week, and I'll just be honest, this game doesn't really have any meaning. I mean, it's just when you score over 200 points, like the total combined points was like 397 between two teams. No one plays defense. Everyone's just out there, in essence, just bullshitting. And it's like, why do I want to watch an exhibition that no, they're not going to take it seriously? People take summer games in the G League more seriously than the All-Star game, although the 3-point shooting contest was cool, I thought. Yeah, no. One other thing that happened this week also is, this is kind of I know some people, this might lead into a whole different discussion. But we took my son to the doctor this week, and my son was clinically diagnosed with ADHD, kind of like how I was when I was around his age getting diagnosed. Um, so I kind of, I guess because I was joking around saying, like father, like son, I guess, because it is a bit of a hindrance for a 10-year old if they don't know how to control it or what to do, the steps you have to take. And he is on medication now. So, and they said you probably won't see any significant uh, results from it until after like maybe like 5 to 7 days after the medicine has time to kick in. But you know, we've tried him on that. We're going to see how that works, and you know, maybe it'll correct some of the issues that he's having in terms of focus and different things of that nature. And I wanted to let him know that it's nothing to be ashamed of. If you need help, you need help. You know what I mean? I've had ADHD ever since I was like 6, 7 years old, or when I was first diagnosed with it. And even to this day, like ADHD still kind of plays a weird, like it's like you're either like really really excited about something or you just don't give a fuck about it. It's like it's like you go to the extreme one way or the other on some aspects, not in everything, but just in some aspects. So I guess I have to just try to help my son navigate through this. You know what I mean? But other than that, caught up on some anime, caught up on some wrestling. Um, the the latest episode of Delicious in Dungeon I thought was very very unique. It showed a different side of Senshi that I wasn't expecting, but we'll talk about that here in just a little while. Um, that being said, that was my week. Chip, what about you, Bubba? How did you go this week?
Well, before I get into my week, I just want to mention one thing. Both of you guys brought up the NBA All-Star game. And JJ Redick has actually came out and is petitioning for changes to be made to the All-Star game because they don't take it seriously. They don't play defense. But I did watch the Celebrity All-Star
The
game.
Celebrity All-Star game was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was fun.
Uh,
Yes.
and I want to give a shout out to my boy CJ Stroud. Scored 31 points on them fools.
Do you know
So
that
not
this weekend he did that, and he also did the HBCU charity baseball game?
Yes.
Boys out there
and
playing every
killed
sport.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
man.
killed it at the HBCU baseball game as well. Like
Man,
this dude is a true athlete, and I'm just glad he's my quarterback.
yeah. The Super Bowl between him and Jordan Love in a couple of years is going to be lit.
Who?
I'm just saying, it's possibility. It's probably going to happen soon. I'm just being honest.
No, not
The
as long
way
as
the
Dan Campbell's coaching.
Well, that is true. That is true. I was thinking
Right.
of two young quarterbacks, like because it's always that generation. Every generation has that rivalry. Like Peyton.
Anthony Richardson.
I think CJ Stroud's gonna be Anthony Richardson. Everybody predicted him and Bryce Young coming into where that went.
The good old Panthers, man.
Yeah,
I will agree with you. If Anthony Richardson can stay healthy, then I have no arguments there. I just hope he can stay healthy long enough so that they can have a divisional rivalry that'll last to the ages. But anyway,
right.
didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. So yeah, I did watch that. I've been I think I mentioned this last week, but I've really been rewatching Daredevil, getting ready for the next iteration, Daredevil Born Again. I really forgot how good the Daredevil show was. Uh, so good. And I recommend anybody who hasn't seen it, like for sure, like give it a watch. It's on Disney Plus. And if you haven't watched yet, watch Echo. Um, Lakewa Cox she's amazing in that role. It's interesting. Uh, I found that so she really is like in real life she is a deaf amputee. Uh, and in Hawkeye and Echo she plays a deaf amputee. So I'm really glad that they're using they didn't just pick somebody and it was like, oh, we'll have this person play a deaf amputee. They're actually, using representation from that community. Um,
Right.
Caught up on a bunch of anime as well, and then really just gearing up for Cottanooga, which will be this weekend, the 23rd through the 25th
Yes.
of February.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
definitely looking forward to that. Uh,
Yeah.
and then the trying to line a con or two up for next month on top of that. So
For sure.
yep.
So I'm looking at we were talking about the All Star game, a change to where it would be the World All Stars versus the USA. All right, we're back. We had some random technical issues there, but before we cut out, I was saying that one of the All Star rule changes or the change to the All Star game they want to do is the World All Stars versus USA All Stars. So if it was to have been this year, it would have been the world team would have been starting five would be Luca, SGA, Giannis, Jokic, and Wemby versus Steph, um, Anthony Edwards, LeBron, KD, and Anthony Davis. And
I mean,
I think having the world pride would make them play more.
yeah, I agree completely.
I have an idea. Why don't the NBA do what Major League Baseball do at their All-Star game? The winning conference, their team has the advantage going into the finals. They're, like, why can't we do something like that where it kind of means something? You know what I mean?
They do it by whoever's the top seed.
Well, I mean, baseball used to do that too before they implemented that system, and there's really hadn't been no big changes in baseball because of it. If the NL, think about it, if the AL wins, let's just throw two teams out there. Say the AL wins, that's the Astros and the Braves are in the World Series. Astros have home field advantage, regardless of what the Braves record is or whatever. Astros have home field advantage because the AL won the All Star game. Why can't we do something similar with the NBA All Star game?
I think it's more of a they just don't want to play defense at all because they shot what was it 183 threes.
Oh, it was a
Yeah,
large
something
number.
like that.
It was huge.
Insane.
So I was just like, oh, so we really just don't play defense at all now.
Yeah.
Let me see. 168 threes were attempted in the All Star game.
Damn.
That's crazy. It's like it's almost like, hey, don't touch me. I'm gonna stay as far away from you as I can and try to make this shot.
So Hassan Whiteside just recommended the idea you said, where the conference winner gets the home court advantage in the finals. So I mean, there's people talking about it. It's just what they want to do or not.
Right. Well, it'll all depend on how much money the NBA can make off of it.
I'll tell you, if you do World versus USA, oh, there'd be a lot of money in it.
Oh, I think so.
I'm trying to find the box score of the actual game for the actual All-Star game itself, the actual box score.
The final score was?
No, I got the final score. I'm just looking at okay. So in terms of the Eastern Conference, Damian Lillard had the most with 39, but in the Western Conference, Karl Anthony Towns had the most with 50. Like, damn. Like,
well, he's a post player. I mean,
I don't think Karl Anthony Towns has ever put up 50 points in a regular game, let alone any game. I'm sure he has it, But then Anthony Davis had 8 rebounds. Joker had 9 assists. Trae Young had 7 assists for the East, and Paulo
Bancho.
Thank you. He had 9 rebounds. So, yeah. Who does he play for? He plays for
Magic.
Orlando. Okay.
Yeah. He's their top prospect and actually good.
Yeah. Until they trade him away.
Hey, but who won that slam dunk contest 2 years in a row?
Yeah, but that was also pitiful. All the dunks were trash.
They were, but he won it 2 years in a row.
I think my thing is, I think they should for the slam dunk contest. Okay. Yeah, Matt McClung for the dunk contest. They should bring in professional dunkers sponsored by a player, So that player gets to pick his professional dunker. And then we actually get real dunkers out there doing dunks.
Yeah.
But quick thing ESPN had put up is former NBA and NFL players' sons who are now in college. Dennis Rodman's son is a senior at USC and has garbage stats. He averages 7.7 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, 1.2 assists.
Damn.
That's crazy.
You better be putting out 49.9 rebounds with your daddy being Dennis Rodman.
I know.
Exactly.
And
I'm
I'm about to say, at least 15 to 16 rebounds per game, at least.
And Kurt Warner's son's doing all right in Temple. EJ Warner, he's got last season for Temple as a sophomore. He put up 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. His quarterback rating was a 57.6, though.
It's not bad for.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah, not bad for a sophomore.
Yeah.
You know.
Antonio Gates Jr. plays for Michigan State. He's a freshman, so he didn't play much at all. But his stats were 5 receptions, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. Averaged 16.4 yards a catch.
Hey. I mean, that's like, it's like, oh man, like your father is one of the all-time greats. Like that's some. I mean, very few guys have been able to fill the shoes of their fathers. You know what I mean, or even surpass their fathers. You look at King Griffey Sr., King Griffey Jr.
He's the best to do it.
Dale Curry and Steph Curry. There was somebody else in Major League Baseball too. I just can't think of who.
Cal Ripken
and Cal Ripken Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of somebody else. It'll come to me here in a little bit. There.
Sosa.
Aussie?
No. It's Vladimir Guerrero and Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, Vlad.
Yeah.
Vladdy.
Yeah. Vlad. Yeah. Yeah. But seeing what his son's doing now is, really, really cool. I could have swore there was another. It's weird. It's like there's more baseball. Yeah, there's more baseball than
because the
longevity
is less physically straining. I mean, there's physicality to it, but it's not as much as continuous running like basketball or football.
Right. In football, there's obviously a few. The first one that comes to my mind, obviously the Manning family, obviously. Then you also got Asante Samuel Jr. with his father. Was in the league, won all them Super Bowls. It's crazy. Looking back at like the people who were playing when we were kids and teenagers. Now they're out, and now their kids are playing at a high level in sports too. I think that's just trippy. It just makes me feel so old sometimes.
You are
not that old, just 37,
pushing 40.
Hey,
in a row.
All right. So we're going to move on to the question of the week. We haven't done one in a while, so I thought I might as well bring one up. So this question of the week, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you in front of your partner? First one, I lied that I was a good swimmer, only for me to drown in a pool that was half my height.
Hold on. Time out. You said only for me to drown in the pool. How are you even talking about it if you drown?
Well, you can drown and be resuscitated.
I think he meant it metaphorically, Bubba, but yeah.
I'm just saying. Hey.
Metaphorically speaking, I should be dead right now.
What's next?
Go ahead, Roger. What's the next?
Next one is we were on a road trip driving back home, and I couldn't hold it. She pulled over, and I took a fat shit on the side of the road in broad daylight.
Hey, when you gotta go, man. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oof. I don't know. I've not been at that point.
I've not been. I've been close, but I hadn't been there.
It ain't like Mighty Wings on the road, Chip.
Hey, I was able to pull over.
There you go. Go ahead. What's next, Roger?
God, this one. I used to work at a tanning salon, and I used to spray tan. I met this dude at McDonald's and took him home. We started to smash after a few times hanging out. While in it, I hear, "What the fuck?" He had my tan all over his arms. Nope. Turns out he kickstarted my period.
Oh, damn! Ah, that's the worst. That's the worst.
Wow.
Oh my god.
He was really hitting it.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Whew.
sometimes you hit them guts.
Hey, man.
Churning butter in there.
It's like stepping on a ketchup packet.
We were.
Oh, that ain't gonna laugh. Fuck y'all. Go ahead, Roger.
We were in missionary, and I caught a Charlie horse in my left leg. I hopped up in pain, and she couldn't stop laughing. Tried to finish, caught another Charlie horse.
Good Lord.
I don't even know how to respond to that one.
I mean, I've caught a Charlie horse before, but not
That's
back to back.
That's when you just fall on. That's when you just fall to the side.
I hope he needs to eat some more potassium.
Hey.
God, why do people post truth? It was my first time going to his house. I really had a poo and couldn't hold it in no more. I clogged the toilet. Hold on. I clogged the toilet and there was no plunger in the bathroom. I went to try to find the plunger. His little brother walked into the bathroom and screamed, "Ew, you just took a shit. You stink."
I mean,
shit ain't supposed to smell good.
nah. Mm-mm. I don't even know what to say to that one.
I mean, hang on,
Yeah.
shit, something you clog up the toilet.
And maybe they didn't have good plumbing.
Maybe. You gotta jiggle the handle a little bit, make sure everything.
God, why do people tell the truth yet again? All right. Fell off the bed during 69.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I guess he had a twin size bed.
Fell off the bed.
They had a baby bed.
Wait. Physically, that doesn't make any sense.
They could have been side to side, and, moved a little too far. And then
Maybe.
Or they were trying to reposition, or
yeah, I guess. Go ahead. What's next?
All right. He had a sexy little night plan. We're talking massage, incest. I don't think that's how you spell it, though.
Wait, what did you say?
I think they're supposed to say incense. Incense as in the smell.
Incense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They misspelled that. I'm gonna go with the misspell. We're gonna go with fat fingering, because when I read that, I was like, that's not at all what you. But reading on, that's definitely not what it is. All right, music, the whole works. So I decided I'd let him use the back door, and I thought of my gay friends using enemas. I misused it, and my guts were rumbling the whole night.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right then.
All right, me and her family were sitting around the dinner table, and whilst eating, she said, "Daddy, can you pass me the bowl?" Me and her dad both reached for the same bowl.
I've had it happen. Yeah.
I'm saying, hey, you know who lays down the law around here?
Yeah.
Every time it's passed on, man, you're not daddy, you're father.
Thanks. Hey, right. Thanksgiving was very awkward. I'll just say that.
Nope. You stare him in the eyes, and whoever looks away first is the beta. You gotta establish dominance. I choked on my own hair extensions while he was giving me back shots, and he said in disappointment, "Not even on my dick."
All right.
Okay.
The day I found out I was lactose intolerant, I was about 19 and I had a bowl of cereal and went out shopping with this man. And when I tell you guys, I had to run through them all to get to the bathroom. There was a line and my ass couldn't hold it any longer.
She's saying she booed on
wow.
herself.
Yeah, she
Did
pretty
she
much said she moved with it. Yeah,
she
pretty much
shit
moved with
herself?
it. She said she couldn't hold it any longer and there was a long line.
Uh,
Have you
Good
guys ever
Lord.
watched the movie I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell?
No,
I've heard of it. I
Nah,
haven't
you guys
seen
need
it.
to
I've
fucking
never
watch
even
it.
heard of it.
It has the fucking funniest scene in movie history ever. Ever.
Is it
I still watch it.
is it about somebody shitting themselves?
Was really about this dude. He wrote a book and everything. Like the movie's based on a book in his life. And like this dude was like a straight up asshole. And then like he had a night of just bad luck happen to him and it makes his life turn around. So it's pretty much that whole entire night
Okay.
of like his life going to hell and everything. But him sort of like realizing, oh hey, maybe I am a dick and need to better my life somewhat.
Okay, because when you told the story about people running because they had to take a shit, it made me think of the scene in Bridesmaids where everybody ended up
Shit himself.
was shitting himself on like food poisoning or I think it was food poisoning. I can't. It's been a while since I've watched that movie, but yeah, and then Maya Rudolph ends up shitting herself in her wedding dress. I was like, that's bad, dude.
I thought you
But
were
yeah.
bring up Wedding Crashers when they put the Visine in the drink.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Which
good one
apparently was a
too.
true thing, and I think after that movie, Visine literally changed their ingredients to take out whatever it was that does that.
Mm.
Because apparently people knew that the Visine was a straight laxative, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot, I passed by the one. Boom, 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 said that one. Nope, passed that one. Oh, here we go. This is second to last. So I got one more. After this one. I just bought a butt plug for the night of spicy time. Me and my boyfriend at the time were using it, and he was hitting it from the back while pushing on it, and ended up shoving it in my ass. I haven't issued one since. I haven't used one since. I think is what I meant to say. But yeah, they got a butt plugged. They literally got the
Wow.
butt plug.
Wow.
Oh God. I don't know what to say to that one.
There ain't nothing you can say to that.
Nope. All right, what's the last one, Raj?
God, I gotta find it because I just passed it by accident. A lot of these are just people shitting themselves. Where is the one? Because I was like, oh, there's so many people shitting themselves. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Walking in on me, pleasure myself with a common household item. He continued to hold it against me for years, and on Valentine's Day, he gave me a card that said, "Tonight, you won't need that common household item. It lives rent free in my head." How you gonna put that on a Valentine's Day card? And I want to know what the item is.
Yeah, I want to know what the item is. That's yeah.
Oh God, I did not see this one. All right, you know what? This is gonna be the last one.
Now, go ahead.
I was walking her back home at night, and some thugs saw us. They legit told me, "Take her home and come back this way." They took everything. How you gonna
Why?
get? Man, I would not go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why why you going back? Bro, you dumb. That's on you.
Yeah. What the fuck? I got nothing.
Hey, people be doing things.
They do be doing things,
You
yes.
be doing some dumb shit.
Like I said, people be doing things. All right,
Hey.
so that was our question of the week. If y'all have some embarrassing questions or moments that you've had in front of your current partner or former partner, please let us know. Please let us know. But from here, we're going to move on to the next segment, which will be our anime review, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
So we all caught up with Delicious in the Dungeon, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So this one was So I like how their Delicious Dungeons is now having two stories going at the same time. We have our normal party, and then the random party from last two episodes that keep showing up
Yeah.
that just keep
Excuse me.
getting paralyzed or killed or whatever. But I want to know
I-
what the story is going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm
but
interested in it. Yeah.
But in this one, we pretty much find out Senshi's had this water region part of the temple, and he's been keeping this. I forgot the animal. Hellafast, I think it's what it was. Hellafast.
I think that's right.
But it's pretty much a water horse, a horse from made in water, lives in water.
Yeah.
And our party is trying to cross this water without upsetting or disturbing the environment, causing like damage to the ecosystem, everything like that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And since she refuses to let Marcel use any of her magic, he says it's a lazy way, blah 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 blah. We also find out that his beard is anti-magic because it's just so dirty and has so much stuff stuck in it.
Yep.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's weird. There was so much going on because there wasn't a lot of large monsters or mid-sized monsters.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say there was the Kraken though.
Yeah, about to say that big ass squid. Yeah.
There was a giant damn Kraken that they had to fight.
Although I was very disappointed in that battle.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right. I just think it's funny that Laos finally got his what is it? Upcoming because he ate a parasite, a raw parasite.
Yep.
And then it started growing in his stomach and killing him from the inside out right now. He's literally just got to wait for it to die out and poop it out.
Yeah. And the fact that the parasite was, freaking huge because, hey, parasites are on this thing as well. Can I eat it? Like, dude, you don't eat a parasite. What the hell's wrong with you,
Which really, he ate a piece of it raw, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, after they cooked it stuff, it did look good, though. After they had cooked it up and stuff.
Like I keep saying, I cannot wait for there to be an unofficial or official Delicious in the Dungeon cookbook because it will be good.
Yes, it will.
I will buy it the day it comes out.
Yep.
Well, hell, we might even make some of the recipes right here on the show, maybe one day.
I for sure would do it.
Oh yes. I do think, if I could just say one thing, I do think that it showed maybe, as far as Senshi goes, maybe a sense of naivety. I don't know how to say that word. Because he believed that the horse was, friendly with him and stuff. Then he gets on the horse starts taking him down into the water, and he realizes at that moment, oh shit, this horse is fixing to kill me. You know what I mean? So it kind of like made him seem somewhat naive in a sense, but not like.
Well, in his mind, he's been pretty much taking care of and feeding this creature for like years, he said.
Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
he's known it as long as he's known the golems.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But like, here's the thing: he has to always take down the golems because they'll still attack him. So I don't know why he didn't think the horse or the fucking Hellfast. I think I gotta look because it's gonna bug me.
Yeah.
But not while we're online.
Yeah.
On air. But yeah, no, it was. This was definitely a Senshi episode. We haven't really had one pretty much focusing on him. We've had one obviously on Laos. Chill Chuck had the last episode. Marcel's had a few episodes actually now.
Yeah. And then she like I said, she casts the Jesus spell on everybody, so they'll be able to walk on water and such. And then you start walking past with Laos and Chill Chuck walking by the sirens or the mermaids. People call them sirens, people call them mermaids. It's whatever.
They're different. They're different.
He called them sirens in this because there was the mermaid was the manfish thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's like though it's the ecosystem is like the Kraken kills the fishmen eat the blade fish eats this, and it's like messing up the ecosystem, in a weird sort of way. It's like, oh well, I can go ahead and I can do this. No, don't. You're gonna mess up the ecosystem if you kill too many of these blade fish. And it's like, she's like, I'm just trying to get us something to eat, But yeah, it definitely goes, like, you could tell like they're together and they're trying their best to try to keep the team together in some weird sense. But there is with just like with every group or a team or anything like that, there's going to be altercations between the two, and I feel like there's going to be more coming soon of them just not getting along at some respects. But we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the next episode though.
Chip.
Yep. No, I agree. It was a really, really good episode, and I do think that there's going to be some more conflict here or there, and I'm interested to see where we go next, especially with Laos and the parasite in his stomach.
That's gonna be so funny.
Yeah,
it was a kelpie. I had to look it up. It was a kelpie.
Oh, a kelpie. Okay.
God, it was bugging me.
So from Delicious and Dungeon, did you guys get caught up on Solo Leveling?
I have. Talon, have you?
I've didn't get a chance to watch the very last episode. So I'm caught up with that, but I hadn't got a chance to watch the last episode. Well, you can go. I mean, I'll still watch it. If you want to go ahead and spoil it for me, that's fine. I'll still go back and watch it.
I mean, we can just talk about it next week.
Yeah, we can just talk about it next week. And then have either of you watched Unwanted Undead Adventurer?
Now, like I told you, I was going to wait for that one to finish up, and I'll just watch all of it in one.
You are missing out. I promise you.
I told you I have a backlog. I'm still catching up on other stuff.
I get your backlog, but these are the three current most important anime on the market. They're so good.
Metallic Rouge is still up there. What are you talking about?
I'll put it to you like this about Metallic Rouge. I got four episodes into it, and I feel like I still have to go back and rewatch it to kind of remember everything. And I did. I was like, you know what? I hear people talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. Fuck it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit and watch it and see what it's really like, and I'll go from there, and then I'll give my opinion on it. I made it through 2 episodes and said, fuck it. I was like, I wasn't feeling it, And then after that, I started Hell's Paradise, and I got through 2 episodes of that, and I thought that was pretty good.
Well, yeah, I do have to say at least finish season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, because the first 2 episodes not much happens in Jujutsu Kaisen. Doesn't really pick up till 6, I think.
But why would you wait 6 episodes in? I get you're trying to create a world and do the story, and I understand that, but but it's six episodes in.
Well, this is all original. The power system's original, the story's original, and everything like that, and it's just there's a lot of information that has to be put out there.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of world building that has to happen to go on.
Yeah.
Okay. The first 2 episodes literally just introduces the team to begin with, and then we got to go and find out more because.
So I gave up on it too quickly, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but I still watch both seasons just to see what the hype was about. But
okay,
because you haven't met Junpei yet, have you?
I don't think so. No,
4. I think it's episode 4, so it probably picks up actually at episode 4. But 5 and 6 really is where it gets to where you need to figure out whether you're going to like it or not, in my opinion.
Okay.
My thing with JJK is that the great thing about it is the animation and the fighting. Other than that, nothing else. And I've argued with this with so many people, is that people don't remember what the story is, but they remember each fight, but they can't tell you what the fuck the plot is about.
Okay.
But it's the number one anime and manga in the world. Well, number 2 manga, but number 1 anime in the world because fight scenes.
Like I said, that's all we care about.
Like I said, very beautiful, very, very beautifully animated and everything. Great character designs. But who the fuck cares? Because the plot is so fucking mid. It's so mid. But I already hold stuff at high standards anyway, so I get that why people like it. I understand it. It's just not for me.
Do you prefer, because you bring it up all the time when you talk about slice of life and things of that nature, do you prefer slice of life other than other genres of anime, or are you just whatever Like I guess what you're feeling in that moment. Like I like a little Demon Slayer. I like a little One Piece. Everyone, but man, I love Slice of Life because I'd rather watch that than this. Like, or is that just your thought process or whatever?
To me, Slice of Life is just easier to follow and more consistent. Look at Delicious and Dungeon. It's been consistent since day one. Say dungeon crawling, Slice of Life. That's all it is. With cooking, obviously. But, I mean, I love shonen. I mean, we grew up on it. I mean, Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, Bleach, Naruto, everything like that. I mean, I still rewatch Bleach and Naruto and Yu Yu Hakusho. But it's just like, everything that's new is coming out has to be just about the action. It's like the top anime, or I guess it's already done, but the top anime in the last 6 months was not Jujutsu Kaisen, but it was Freeing. And that was a pure fucking slice of life.
Okay.
And it was literally unanimously the number one anime for the longest time.
Gotcha.
It's like, I love my action scenes. I love fight scenes. I love martial arts and everything like that, of course. Give me a story, though. Give me something to hang on to and love and care about.
Right.
Give me some quotes. Yeah, I mean, I can remember a fight scene pretty well, but why did they fight? What's the story behind it? Does it really matter? Man.
Yeah. You feel the same way, Chip?
I mean, yes. In our group chat earlier, I was, I guess you were busy, but I was, kind of talking to Roger, and in dungeon crawling anime, over the last 2 months has really taken over. Because Delicious in Dungeon, Solo Leveling, Unwanted Undead Adventurer. I picked up Goblin Slayer, which is such a beautiful anime. And when you figure out, Roger, did you say you had watched it or no?
I haven't watched the second season, just the first season.
Okay. So when you figure out why the antagonist or protagonist is doing what he's doing, it's like, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's action adventure is the actual terminology for it.
Yeah, it's the action adventure subgenre of dungeon crawler.
Yeah. But yeah, dungeon crawling anime have really taken over a lot of what is on my list of anime to watch, and I'm actively seeking more.
So one of my friends in one of the other anime group chats that I'm in, I told him about that because he watches a lot of dungeon crawling. He suggested I got reincarnated as a slime.
Dude, they were talking about that one. No, the reason, because the video that you sent us about the upcoming animes for this upcoming, dude, I want to watch Windbreaker so bad.
Windbreaker is gonna be
I want to do Windbreaker. Gaijin number 8 is one that I want to see. What was that?
Kaiju.
Did I not say that?
You say Gaijin.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm still rusty with my Japanese. I'm sorry.
Well, Gaijin, I think, means outsider.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, that one, obviously can't wait for the Hashira training arc of Demon Slayer. Reincarnated as a slime, though, that was one that I seen and I was just like, that's a weird concept, but I understand it and like I want to watch it. You know what I mean?
It's one of those animes that has an unfortunate translated name. Because there are a lot of them like that have the name that does not make sense. Like, I got reincarnated as slime is literally the easiest one to know about because, I mean, they aren't a slime. So I was like, they're dungeon crawling. So I was like, why is it called reincarnated as a slime? And they're like, that's just the translation. I was like, fuck that, change the name.
I think
make it make sense.
I think slime is like a pseudo code word for rookie or newbie or something like that. Because I remember one person says if you're reincarnated as a slime, it's almost like you come from the primordial ooze and you have to recreate and restart all over again from scratch. I guess is the reasoning behind the metaphorical reason behind it. I guess, but I don't know. It looks interesting, so I might take a crack at it next. or at least the first couple seasons or whatever season is out of it as of right now. But
Well,
yeah,
season 3 is coming out, or
Yeah.
season 3 is about to come out.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to look up 1 and 2, and probably watch that. But yeah, definitely Windbreaker is the one that I think, other than the Hashira training arc, probably Windbreaker is the one that I'm looking the most forward to out of the videos that you sent us.
For me, it'll still be My Hero.
I need to get caught up on it. I want to see why everybody hates it so much.
Yeah.
So
I've
guess
got to
that
send
leaves
you. I've got to send you the video, Roger, because like that and One Piece during our travels at ATL Comic Con, they were unanimously the most overrated anime.
Yeah. Also, sorry. So I keep saying they're dungeon crawler. They're technically isekais because it's where the hero dies and gets reincarnated another or be taken to another world and stuff like that. So that would be reincarnated as a slime. Another one which Losa watches is the Rising of Shield Hero. Is also an isekai, which I think you'd like though. Still,
Okay.
What's the other one? I had the list up here, and I just can't. Where did you go? I miss you so. Sometimes it's been forever.
I want another Fort Minor album. You got me thinking now.
And is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? That's another one where the name doesn't make it. It doesn't exactly translate right. It's still a comedy dungeon crawler, but the girls are actually protecting our main character because our main character just wants to go fight in a dungeon and trying to protect him because they think he's too weak. So it's got comedy elements to it, but it's still got good action scenes to it.
Okay. Also, Goblin Slayer, do not watch with the kids.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
Okay.
Remember we met what's his name? The guy at Power Rangers stop. He's the main character, the voice actor for the main character. Shoot.
Brad Hawkins.
Yes, there we go. God, I feel like a fucking idiot. We actually got to make the dude talk to him.
It's been a year. Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be at Conuga, isn't he not?
Who are we talking about?
Brad Hawkins.
I can't remember if he's going to be at Conuga this year.
I can look it up real quick. Give me a second.
He may be at Ranger Stop again.
I'm looking it up right now. I don't see him. So
Matthew Elkins, Jordan Dash Cruz, Drew Breedlove, Alex Holm.
Yeah, it's most of the
Michael Capon
from the Blue Lock.
Blue Lock,
yeah. Michael Capon, Christopher Williams. That's all the guests that they have announced so far.
They don't do a whole lot of Conuga doesn't do a whole lot of guests. It's more about the panels and the people than it is the guests, which I think is a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they don't have to rely. They just rely on the community building instead of name building. I guess would be the way to say it.
Yeah. But it's good for community, man, because you get out, because especially for Conuga, you go out there and it's like you come over here and there's all these artists over here who wants to come, who wants to get their name out and stuff, and then over there you got, hey, there's the guys from Epicos, and hey, here's the Chattanooga Roller Derby, like, hey, here's Ink Expressions, or something along like it's almost like it's a community convention basically more than anything. But people like to, again, dress up in your cosplay outfits, dress up in however you want to dress up. It's great for us too, because it's like, this is cool, you know what I mean? And even last year, even the stuff that we recorded last year, which granted I probably recorded the cringiest thing ever last year at Conuga, and again, I'm sorry,
this thing ever that lives in my head rent free every day.
It lives in your head rent
free every day.
Oh God, I'm glad I've contributed something good to your life, Roger.
I love it. I love cringe. It was amazing.
So what's your appropriate level of cringe?
There is no inappropriate level of cringe.
Okay, so the limit does not exist, is what you're telling me.
Not that I've seen yet.
Oh God.
I love watching those videos of like when the guys propose to their girlfriends and stuff, like sports stadiums, and she's just like shakes her head no, and he's saying love it, love it.
Oh,
Or when like the guys are trying to do something cool to impress a girl, like they do a backflip or something like that, and they land wrong and break their face. Yes.
it's crazy. Like, because I feel like there's three type of people when it comes to cringe. The first one is the people who watch and laugh at those people and say, "Ha, that's not me. I enjoy watching your failure." Then there's the other group of people that say, I just want everything to be happy. I don't want, nothing bad to happen. I just want everything to be fine and everything's chaotic and shit. And I just want to do that. And then there's the third group of people who say that, you know what? I too live in this awkwardness and embarrassment sometimes. So I sympathize, so,
And
I'm
there's
assuming
me
you're the
who
first
just-
one.
No, I'm like I don't even have to laugh at it. I just sit there and just let it just like soak it in, just indulge in it. Eat it up, just enjoy every second of it, just with a sick, twisted smile on my face. Don't even have to laugh at it.
Mm.
But moving on to other. So, Chip, is there any other anime you wanted to talk about? Since you haven't
No.
watched Mashal yet, like I told you.
Actually, I did start that.
Wait, what is it?
I'm
Mashal.
3 episodes. I'm 3 episodes in to that
Oh,
one. It's really good.
So you saw the Quidditch episode then, or the
Yeah.
not Quidditch episode?
Yeah.
It's literally Harry Potter anime, but they can't use any of the stuff. They literally have Quidditch, but they don't call it Quidditch. They have the
Yeah.
different houses, but they don't call them by the same houses. So
Yeah.
So it's like a Harry Potter anime kind of deal?
yeah,
Pretty
but
much.
it's-
I think Wisteria is going to be the same kind of thing.
yeah.
That one that I sent you.
Oh, the one from earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it might be too. Let me think. I'm trying to think if I did watch any other anime. I mean, I watched Metallic Rouge, A Sign of Affection, Solo Leveling.
I'm really digging like where Solo Leveling is going.
Yep, it's finally picking up. I'm so glad it. I
Yeah.
thought they probably wait till like say episode 10 or 11 or so to really get deep into it.
Yeah, I got to watch the latest episode on that one. But other than that, yeah, I mean, there's a couple that I want to get started on. Again, I got to get back into My Hero. I know a lot of people have been, again, I want to watch it and find out why people say it's overrated. Maybe go back to some like old school stuff that I haven't watched in like a long, long time. I don't know, maybe some Cowboy Bebop or something. I done went through the Death Note experience once. I don't know if I want to go through that again.
Watch Code Geass, I'm telling you.
I've watched 10 episodes of Code Geass.
Oh, you're just now getting into it.
Yeah, it's just now getting like really, really like, especially what got my attention. Because I thought, honestly, when you told me about it, I thought it was going to be like a slice of life kind of thing.
Nope.
And then they come out with these mech fights, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So now he's like, it's part of the revolution. And now it's like, oh, wait, you killed that one guy? Like, oh, shit. And then, oh.
One thing I've learned about...
I'm not putting names out there. I'm just saying,
I mean, the anime's like 15 years old. One thing I've found out is that, now that I think about it, majority of Japanese mech anime are all social political stories.
Yes.
And
yeah.
That's what most of Gundam is for like 90% of them.
Yeah.
Code Geass. I think some of the Zoids are too. Big O was sort of like that. I don't want you to know mechas to really know, but most of the ones that I have watched or been close to have been social political. Stories.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that if I like Death Note, that I would like Code Geass. Started watching it and immediately was like, I don't know what it is, because I hate talking about politics like ever. Doesn't matter whether I'm on a platform or I'm in my personal life. I'm apolitical, so I don't care either way. However, for whatever reason, any TV show that I watch or anime or something that has something to do with some type of political conflict. For whatever reason, I'm drawn to it for some reason. And I don't know if it's because it's in a fictionalized world where certain things happen or whatever, but
It's
I
your
don't know.
subconscious. It's your subconscious coming forth.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't know. I enjoy, like, especially the part where it's like he saves the one, he saves the girl. Essentially, I'll just say that for the people who haven't seen it. Yeah, it is 15 years old, but there may be people out there like me who just recently discovered it. But yeah, and then it gets to a point to where you can basically control people's mind in a weird way, and the guy's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll kill myself. Like, he made him do that. Oh shit, and then the whole thing of him talking to the rebels in a sense, and I'm using that term just so I don't give away the name or whatever. People haven't seen it, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm 10 episodes into it. I'm really curious as to where it goes from here, and I hope it doesn't disappoint like Death Note did.
It won't. They're actually having a movie come out, I think, in April for the anniversary, and I think it tells like the little bit of afterwards that I didn't get to in the anime. I'm not sure. I have to look into it again, but I know they're coming out with a movie.
I got to finish the series and actually prepare myself for it. Because I know Malachi's already asked me. It's like, are we going to the theaters to see the Hashira train arc? I'm like, if I have the extra money, man, yeah, sure, we can, but we got to have the extra money first.
Well, the problem, I want to go see it in theaters, but the only day it's in theaters locally is Friday. This Friday when we're at Chattanooga.
Yeah, and it's
all
also
a group of people.
Yeah, and it's all the way out in Northgate, so. I'll tell you about. There's one in Cleveland too, but I think Cleveland might have a different date than the 23rd. I thought.
No, I think it's only the 23rd that they're playing it.
I could have swore that they were going to. Hell, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway because we're going to be at Chattanooga. But I'm sure someone will say, somebody will write a review about it. I'm sure. But
of course,
I'm just trying to see where it's showing everywhere.
For what I understand, it's supposed to be Northgate and Hickson, and I could have swore it was Cleveland was also doing one, also. But
yeah, Cleveland is
okay.
The one right there by Plus Ultra.
Yeah,
Okay,
the AMC theater. Yeah,
Bradley Square one.
Yeah, Bradley Square Mall. Yeah, but.
All right, real quick, we're gonna wrap it up here. I want to come out with this. I'm going to do one Reddit story. It's a really long one.
Hold on. Before you do that, did you guys watch the trailer for X-Men 97?
Oh yes, I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So that comes out next month, I believe, and it looks really good. And I'm interested to see where they go because it literally picks up right where X-Men 96 left off.
Yeah, it literally like right after it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm a little. They changed the animation style just a little bit, and most people online are ripping it for changing the animation style.
Well, they went CGI, but also Jim Lee's not working on it, so
yeah, exactly.
Which Jim Lee's probably my favorite comic artist, to be honest. Made a lot of that good X-Men stuff from back in the day for me.
Yeah.
Just like fucking Jonathan Hickman is probably my favorite writer because of all the X-Men stuff he did. And now he's doing Spider-Man, so I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yep.
But isn't Jim Lee not leader, but one of the executives of DC now?
I believe that is correct.
Yep, chief creative officer of DC Comics.
Yes.
Damn. I mean, that's cool for him to have that executive spot because he well deserves it, but damn it.
Oh, yeah.
I want my classic designs back. So, yeah, Cleveland is showing English only at 4:30 p.m. on Friday, and then Japanese with subtitles at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And then Cleveland is showing. Chattanooga is showing it also at 7:15 and 10 p.m.
I might be able to hit the 10 p.m.
Maybe.
on Friday.
But
All
all right,
right.
let me get into this long Reddit story. We're only going to do one,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
one is a doozy. This one comes from the Reddit relationship advice subreddit. Um, so the title is "My mother tried to trick me into joining." Oh, sorry. My mother tried to trick me, a 26-year-old female, into joining my sister, a 31-year-old female, for dinner after my sister tested me around her husband, a 31 male.
Hold on. Tested
Wait,
you how?
test
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get it. All right, here we go.
Like a faithful test or something?
Here
Or
we go.
all right, go ahead.
Uh, so this is actually crazy, and there's going to be a lot of details. So please bear with me.
Go ahead.
My sister recently. That's the actual opening line for the thing. That's what it
Oh,
says.
I thought you were just saying that. Go ahead.
No. My sister recently got married. It's been about 3 to 4 months. I didn't really see much of them after the wedding, honeymoon, and then back to work. But once a month, our family all gets together, and my parents host a huge feast. Since this took place a week ago, it was the month of August, so this was a while ago, obviously. Um, During this dinner, my brother in law was being extremely weird towards me. He was complimenting my body, ignoring my sister, and just straight up acting so strange. It was completely unexpected for several reasons. One, being his wife was sitting right next to me. Two, he has only been married a few months. Also, he's just never spoken to me or about me like that before. I felt really uncomfortable, and I'm sure it transpired to the rest of the room because what the fuck? Ugh.
Yeah.
Except it was weird because nobody was pointing anything out. I was extremely confused and just wanted to leave. I left early, but when I got home, I just felt so icky. I don't even know how to describe it. I decided to message my sister and let her know his behavior made me uncomfortable. I told her that I was also concerned that he felt comfortable enough to say these things in front of my parents and my brother. I explained that if she didn't feel comfortable being in the middle, I wouldn't mind explaining this to him myself. His behavior was so unnerving that I FaceTimed my boyfriend, who was away for work in the U.S., so they're overseas somewhere. I don't think she ever says.
Okay.
Um, I told him it was weird and how suddenly my brother-in-law's behavior towards me went from that of similar to this horribly uncomfortable situation. And my boyfriend was pissed, rightfully so. My sister didn't respond to my text until the next day. She asked to meet up, so I did. I was expecting her to be upset and to have him apologize for what he said. Instead, she admits it was all a test and I passed. I was confused to say the least. What did she mean by test? Passed. Like, what's going on? Turns out she had her husband do these things on purpose because she wanted to see how I would react if she had said those things. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Turns out she had her husband do those things on purpose because she wanted to see how I would react if he had said those things to me and meant them. My reaction and choice to message her afterwards told her I could be trusted around him. I was offended to say the least. Why would she think I couldn't be trusted? Well, let me tell you in my opinion, not very valid reason for the lack of trust. My sister was married before. She was 27 and the divorce was about 10 months into her marriage. Her ex was a psycho to say the least. He had known me longer than he did my sister. I was the one who introduced them. They got along well and eventually started dating. It looked like the healthiest and most romantic relationship to grace planet Earth. Except when they got married, and during their marriage, I was staying with them because it was a closer commute to work. They had extra bedrooms and I would pay rent and cook and clean for myself. So my underwear, bras and panties would often go missing. It started off small. I just assumed they got mixed up in my sister's laundry and would turn up eventually. But it was happening more frequently to the point I was buying underwear almost weekly. I kept pressuring my sister to admit she was stealing my underwear, and she was adamant it wasn't her. I decided just to ignore it and go about my day. Something I haven't even considered an option was the real reason. My former brother-in-law was stealing my underwear. I don't know. Yep. Yes. I don't know, nor did I want to know what he was doing with it when I found out. But I was so disgusted and
Oh,
confused.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I was so disgusted and confused. Someone I thought was my friend was actually just a perv. He admitted he had never really loved my sister and was just using her to get to me. I was just so creeped out, and I pressed charges against him for sickening behavior. I was able to get a restraining order. I was able to get a restraining order, and my sister divorced him almost instantly after finding out. She used something traumatic that happened to me and flipped it to make it seem like I'm the one who was untrustworthy. She claimed I wasn't. She claimed I must have strung him along for him to think like that, and this test was just to prove I wasn't doing it again. Safe to say, I was extremely hurt and angry by her response, so I told her to never speak or contact me again if that's what she really thought of me. Now, my family found out and, for the most part, agreed her behavior is crazy, but my mother stood by her action and said my sister was just trying to protect herself from being hurt again. I told her if she had just been honest with me from the start, I wouldn't have been so bothered. There's a right way to approach things and a wrong way. This isn't just wrong, it's also crazy. So why is she so adamant is my life go to hurt her? I gotta get a drink. My throat is killing me. Jesus Christ. What do y'all think so far about this twisted tale?
Uh,
Uh,
it's crazy. That's what that is.
this is some Jerry Springer shit right here.
Now Montel?
No. Maybe Ricky Lake, but no.
Uh, I didn't know that her ex was going to turn out like that, so why am I being punished? She claimed I should have had some indication that he liked me, but he really made it seem like he was head over heels for my sister. How am I supposed to know what's going on in someone else's mind? Anyway, the family dinner was earlier for this month, and as it was the most compatible date for everyone's schedule, I told my parents to expect me not to show up if my sister and brother-in-law were going to be there. It wasn't even because I refused to ever speak to her again. I had just said that because the situation was so fresh. I told my mother I would apologize when I cooled down a little bit. It was just difficult to face them when they made me feel like a horrible person for a situation that was out of my control. My mother assured me my sister wouldn't attend, so I agreed to come. When I arrived, they were both there. It felt like an ambush, and it sort of was. My sister demanded I apologize for my reaction because it was my own fault it happened in the first place.
Gaslighting like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah. I can't lie, I snapped. I told her she should remove my number and the title of being my sister if she really felt that way. I just need advice because therapy isn't scheduled for another 2 weeks, and I feel like I just dropped a soap opera storyline. I feel kind of bad because I do understand my sister had her trust broken completely by her ex, but I feel like the distrust shouldn't have been aimed at me, but the person who actually caused it. And I was the one who introduced her to the a-hole in the first place, so I felt guilty for that already. But I'm failing to see how her schemes to manipulate me into thinking she's being wronged by a husband once again is just far too extreme. One, I want to apologize to her for one reason, ever introducing her to that man. Two, I really need her to see that I wasn't trying anything when her ex was stealing my underwear. I was just in the dark as she was. How do I get? How do I go about doing the? How do I go about doing the above? Because I just want to put this behind me and move on. I was just about healing from her former marriage, and now this one is also putting me in a very uncomfortable position with my sister, my brother-in-law, and my own mother. Any advice on how to tackle apologizing / getting my sister's trust back and showing her I truly want her? I will truly want the best for her. All right, guys, what do y'all think?
I don't know. I'm that weird person. Like I don't know that there's any like coming back from this. Like you put this dude up to like hitting on me to prove that I'm a good person. Like no, that's not how this works. Like
No, it's
you're
not.
supposed to trust me until I prove that I'm not trustworthy.
The gaslighting and the fucking manipulation that the girl, the sister is doing to her. That dude, that's like, it's so fucked up, dude. Like, you don't do that to family, man. That's just fucked up, man. And then the fact that she technically the original poster, she technically didn't do anything that would
Nope.
have any consequences to it or anything that people should be mad. She was straight up said, "Yo, he's doing this to me. Oh, you passed the test. Why the fuck do I need to pass the test for? If anything, he should be passing a test because you guys see how loyal he is, you know." And then he's taking her panties and things of that nature. And it's like, and then you're trying to put the blame on me that I strung him. No, that's
Well,
no.
the guy that was hit on her is a different guy. It was her ex-husband that was stealing the panties.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That was lost in translation on my end. I apologize.
But yeah, so her sister at a younger age, at 27, was married and divorced within a year. And that's because her husband at the time was a good friend of the sister, the original poster.
Yeah.
He ended up being in love with the original poster and stealing her panties and bras. We know why.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But the sister then gets married within 3 to 4 years of that situation. So obviously she also has relationship and self-esteem issues because she's jumped into another relationship after something so bad and hasn't recovered from it, but has warped it to where her sister's the problem and not the men.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's how a lot of. I mean, I don't want this to sound bad the way I'm fixing to say it, but that's basically what happens when you are in a fucked up relationship. The moment you get out of that relationship, you go straight into another fucked up relationship 9 times out of 10 because it's what you know, it's what you're used to, you know. And I know that don't sound right, it doesn't sound fair, but it is what it is. And some, whether male, female, doesn't matter. I mean, if you're in a like, man, why do you always date psycho women? That's what I'm attracted to, bro. I guess I don't know, you know.
Yeah. So there is actually an update on this post. So
Okay.
she actually, hold on one second. All right. So she said, an update. A lot has happened the last couple of days. Oops. I have tried to read all the comments and taken everybody's advice. This has been the outcome. I lost a sister and a mother in 2 days. It's heartbreaking more than anything. I had a meetup with everyone. My boyfriend came with me, so I had support during the conversation. And honestly, it was just so hard to look at it and look at any of them for the way they treated me. I'm so thankful to everyone opening my eyes to the crazy behavior exhibited in the first part of the story. I'm surprised you didn't see the crazy behavior to begin with yourself. But in front of everyone, my mother admitted to knowing about the plan from the start. My sister confided in her and she agreed it was a good idea. She supported her son-in-law openly harassing her daughter. I'm in complete shock and it just hurts so much knowing she would condone this considering she knew how much I was affected by the first husband. She knew I was having a difficult time in therapy and it took a long time to trust people again after that. And I feel like once again, my trust has been broken. I don't know how I'm ever going to trust anyone again. And I'm really thankful my boyfriend was there to comfort me, not confront me, but comfort me because it was so hard keeping my composure around them. My sister was not budged at all. She kept maintaining she was right. She said the only reason I wouldn't apologize because deep down I knew what her ex was like. Yeah, sure. She said I just like getting attention from him, knowing he was married to my sister. She also claimed I overreacted, and if it's acting, then it's not harassment. It's definitely harassment.
It is harassment. What to say?
It's still harassment. Just because you told him to pretend to hit on your sister doesn't mean it's not harassment.
Right.
I told her she shouldn't expect any calls or texts or just not to be contacted by me until I received the apology deserved from both her and my brother-in-law. Speaking of, he was pretty silent throughout the whole thing. And that's probably because my father threatened his life if he spoke bad about me. He did say that the only reason he did it was to placate my sister because she kept accusing him of ogling me. But still no apology from him. So he was already creeping on her behind without her knowledge to begin with, I guess.
The fuck, bro.
Now, my mother, this one broke my heart most. She told me I was over-exaggerating and that I should be happy to have passed my sister's test. She actually said the words, "We can all move on now." I was in complete awe, to be honest. How could she think that things would just go back to normal after this? I asked why she was supporting such delusional behavior. She said it was because she loved my sister and wanted her to be happy. I asked her if she loved me as much as my sister. She said yes. It seemed hesitant, but I don't want to read too much into it. I told her I wanted an apology for her schemes. She refused, so I gave her the same conditions I gave my sister and brother-in-law. Until I get an apology, I am simply not speaking to all three of them. And as a result, I also probably have to go low contact with my brother and dad because they both live with my mother. And I mean, I'll hang out with them outside and without the presence of my mother. But if she'll let them, if she'll let them is the question. I know some of you have suggested spending time with my boyfriend's family on holidays and occasions. I think it was just one person, but oh well. I haven't met my boyfriend's family before because they all live in the U.S. But after this situation, I've taken 2 weeks paid holiday for the end of this month, and he's taking me to meet them for the first time. I hope it goes well because they might be the only family I have now. And my therapy session has been moved to tomorrow because I requested an emergency appointment. Anyway, my biggest thanks goes to all you redditors for helping me see the situation for what it was. For your advice and compassion, I'm really grateful. I don't think I would have been able to go through this on my own, and it's likely I would have caved and apologized for the pattern to repeat itself. So truly thank you so much. Wishing you all the best, and I hope you know that your advice might have just saved me from my need to always please others. I'll look back on this moment anytime I feel like putting someone else's feelings above my own comfort. Hope your hearts are filled with love and happiness.
I think
Yeah.
she did the right thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Um, so often people, like she said, just put other people's feelings about themselves. Um, and she also, I guess she's learning to separate toxic behavior from dependency for her family and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it sucks that she's lost pretty much her family. Because I mean, even though her dad and brother are by her side, she won't get to be with them or talk to them as often. Because obviously, the mother is very controlling by the way she made it sound like.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so that sucks. But hopefully, her boyfriend's family is pretty cool. Because I mean, shit sucks to lose your family.
It
Yeah.
does.
Uh, but no, the reason I chose this story is because how fucked up it is. But I mean, there are people that are in a similar situation like that too. So hopefully, somebody out there hearing this sees that hey, this isn't healthy, this isn't normal. I shouldn't be going through stuff like this, and it's not your fault.
No. Despite what maybe somebody in this altercation believed, like, again, trying to pass blame and blame deflect onto somebody else and saying that it's this person's gaslighting to the highest degree. Um, just it's so fucked up, man. That you know, yes, I understand. Like, I can't even form the coherent thought that I'm trying to say because it's just a fucked up situation altogether. You know,
Yeah, it's just I mean, um, I don't think I know anybody who's gone through something like this. Um, but I mean, it just fucking sucks because I mean, this could happen to anybody we know. It could be
yeah,
happening to somebody we know. We just don't know about it. But I mean, you're not your family, your siblings are not supposed to test your faith
yeah,
or trust. They're supposed to test the outsiders. Like
exactly.
you know your family. You're supposed to know your family. So what the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's one of those like did you almost wonder like what are people thinking? Uh because yeah, your family is supposed to be there for you through those kind of situations and uh to test you in that manner is just it to me is just completely and utterly ridiculous.
it's a shame too, man. You know, because yeah, like I mean, you watch The Outsiders. You don't watch like you're like you're just born innately knowing, that we're family. We're blood. But then again, there's that old saying, sometimes blood ain't family, sometimes family ain't blood,
Yeah, but I mean, I think is the sister has a lot of issues that she has to sort out. She's a big POS.
Projecting on other people also,
Yep.
Yeah.
especially her sister.
Yes. I mean, she keeps claiming that she knew that her ex husband was in love with her and everything like that. Like, no. Why would she do that?
Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Nope. But I think we're gonna cut it off here.
Yes.
Um, for anyone out there that may be in a similar situation, you just know there's people out there you can talk to. Therapy is always a great option.
Yes.
Uh, um, yeah, there's other avenues. Talk to your friends. Talk to other family members. Maybe they can give you an insight. Or hey, sometimes Reddit will do it for you.
Yeah. Reddit. You see, Reddit's not a bad place.
No, no, there's genuine people on Reddit. It just depends on what subreddit you're on.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, this helps somebody out there, gets them thinking about the situation they're in, and helps them find peace and comfort, or a solution to the issue they're going through, or something. Um, Hell, you can even message us. Well, like we
Yeah.
said, we keep everything anonymous unless you want people to know. So
Yes.
there's always that.
Yeah. Reach out, because I think there's so many people that's going through similar situations like that, where it's like they feel like everybody's turning their backs on them. It's like they have nobody that they can come to and talk to. Like, no, there's plenty of people you could talk. If you want to talk to a therapist, if you want to talk to maybe some other friends around, like maybe go like we just in this example, go to Reddit. Plenty of people who will comfort you and try to talk you through issues that you might have. But yeah, that's definitely something that if anybody here listening to this, is going through that, we're praying for you and we hope everything, works in your favor. And, Chip, what is your final thoughts on this story?
I mean, it's always family that'll fuck you first.
Even though it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but that's the way it always. I've read enough of these stories on Reddit to realize that even though they shouldn't, I would say probably like 95% of the time, family will screw you over quicker than the people that come into your lives that aren't blood related.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I can, off the top of my head, I can't really think of too many blood relatives that I still speak to. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. But like what we said, man, if that story does reach somebody, like what we said, reach out to us, reach out to your friends, reach out to people on Reddit, get that shit off your chest, man. Get that shit, let that shit out any way you can,
Yep.
it's we could do what the media wants us to do and fucking hold it all in until it kills us, but that's not the best option either, But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight to this show. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Anything you guys want to say before we bounce out of here this evening?
First of all, come see us at Connuga this weekend.
Yes.
We'll be out and about doing interviews. We'll be asking some anime related questions. We may ask some other questions as well. I've got a list of stuff that I think will be pretty cool. So if you want to be on video and go up on YouTube and get your 15 minutes of fame, come see us. We'll help you out with that.
Yes. If you're wearing cosplay, please see me.
Yeah,
I try to make it. I try to make the pictures look good.
So, but other than that, don't leave without leaving us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. we do get to every comment that you guys leave. Uh, so and we really appreciate and enjoy reading your comments, whether they're positive or negative. uh Obviously everybody prefers the positive, but we like the creative criticism as well. It helps us get better in what we do. So yeah, just lay it all out there for us, and we'll get back to you for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. Roger, you got anything you want to say before we bounce?
um, just subscribe to YouTube, follow us on TikTok, go to the Facebook, our socials. Um, we're really going to be hitting cause a lot this year, so there's going to be a lot of stuff from that going up on the social. So if you see
Yes.
yourself on it, tag yourself and follow us on the other stuff, because if we interview you, you're going to be on TikTok, you're going to be on YouTube for sure. Just tag yourself, shout out yourself, let people know who you are. Also, just know that whatever you're going through this year so far, they say usually people within the first 30 days break their New Year's resolution. So we're already 5 weeks, 6 weeks in, 5 weeks in,
6 weeks in.
6 weeks in,
Yeah.
Almost 7.
7, yeah. So a lot of you gave up, but just know you can start again. It doesn't have to be exactly in the first of the month. Just start again.
Exactly.
You can do it, and you get a support system. You can definitely do anything.
Yes.
Absolutely. And for anybody out there who wants to support Movement Radio, first and foremost, thank you so much. Second of all, check out streamlabs.com/movement radio/merch and go copy some merch. Like Roger said, the Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok especially, we're getting a lot of traction on there as well. Also, before we get out of here, also another big shout out to to gearanime.com, for being down with us since day one. We really do appreciate you guys. If you guys are fans of socks, shoes, ugly Christmas sweaters, hoodies, jackets, they definitely have something for any anime fan, whether you like Demon Slayer, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z to Pokemon. They got it. If you want to check it out, it's Streamlabs. I'm sorry. It's gearanime.com/movement radio. And when you use promo code MOVE Radio, that's MOVERADIO at checkout, then you will get free shipping here in the United States. Again, that's gearanime.com/movement radio using promo code MOVE Radio, MOVERADIO, and that'll get you free shipping here in the United States. That being said, again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Talon Williams.
I'm Chip Hazard.
And I'm Roger Sierra.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.